Here's how to make this super satisfying looped animation in After Effects. It's really simple. The text is fully editable from just one layer, and the swirly liquid look comes from a clever combo of two powerful effects. Let's jump in. Let's create a new comp. We'll name it Swirly Text and use a frame rate of 24. Add a new solid with Command+Y or Control+Y for Windows. Name it Background, and let's make it a nice off-white beige color. Hit OK, select the text tool and add some text. We're using the font obviously narrow bold at a size of 700, which you can find on Adobe Fonts. You can adjust the kerning using the left and right arrows, and holding Option or Alt to increase or decrease the spacing. We want to use tight kerning here, which will help to create these connected liquidy points between the characters. Click on the layer and center align the anchor point with Control-Option-Home on Mac or Control-Alt-Home on Windows. If you don't have a home key, you can always add your own shortcut. I've added Command-Option-Left square bracket for this. Now, let's align it to the center of the comp. Pre-compose the text and name it Text Comp. Now let's look at adding some noise to act as the map that will distort the text. If you like this video and want to master original After Effects animations, don't forget to subscribe. Add a new shape layer and double click the rectangle icon. Rename it to noise and let's add a fractal noise to the layer. Change the fractal noise type to, yep, you guessed it, swirly. Toggle down transform, change the scale to 400 and we'll go with a complexity of 1. Now we want to add an effect which creates a cycle of this rippling motion, continuously expanding out. Add a colorama effect. Change the preset palette to ramp gray and drag the white color slider down to the bottom. We can move the black one to around here and make it a bit lighter. Let's add another one to the opposite position, using a similar dark gray color. Change the cycle's repetition to 5. Toggle down the input phase and add a keyframe at the start. Move the playhead about a second in and change the value to 74 degrees. Don't ask why, but this is the amount needed to create one full cycle. We can then add a loop out expression to loop it continuously, like so. Pre-compose the noise layer and let's name it Noise Map. Now we want to start adding the effects that will distort the text based on the light and dark values of the noise map comp. First, we'll add a compound blur. Let's crank it up to 85. This won't have much effect until we make the blur layer noise map. This works by blurring the white areas of our noise map comp and keeping the darker areas sharp. Now let's add a levels effect to neaten this up. Change the channel to alpha, bring the black value up and the white value in like so. Now we have much more defined edges. Let's smoothen it all up a bit by adding a Gaussian blur of around 20. And again, sharpening the edges by adding a levels, changing the channel to alpha and sliding the input values in closer together like this. Have a little play until you get what you're looking for. This looks nice, but what if we want to change the pattern that distorts the text? Click on the noise map and search for random seed. Go to Window and click on Essential Graphics to bring up the panel. Select Noise Map here and drag in the random seed property. Now, if we go back to the main comp, we can randomize the wavy swirl pattern and preview it while we do so. You could go on forever, but yeah, this one looks cool. Let's roughen it up just a tad with a roughen edges effect on the text comp. Change the border to 5, scale to 60, and Alt or Option click on the random seed property. Add the expression time*6 to create a boil effect. Now we have some very light texture on the edges of the text, which makes it feel a bit more tangible. As a final touch, I'm using an overlay from my very own VHS Toolkit PRO. I put a lot of care into building 5 tools designed to make retro style projects way easier. You'll get over 10 fully editable logo idents, a ton of textures and elements, plus an emulator to instantly give your work that authentic VHS look. It's a real time saver and perfect for giving your nostalgic videos that extra bit of character. You can find the link in the description. Your support helps make videos like this possible. Drag it in and change the blending mode to screen for some nice randomized speckle. I also like a bit of a lower frame rate for this, so let's add a new adjustment layer with Command-Option-Y for Mac or Control-Alt-Y for Windows, add a posterize effect, and change the frame rate to 12. Don't forget, you can always change the text from this comp. or even add your own logo. And if you want to tweak how the swirly distortion effect looks, we can have a play with the fractal noise and colorama settings in the noise map comp. Thank you for watching. If this gives you any ideas for your next project, hit like so I know to make more. And if you want to support the channel and what I'm doing here, check out sourcelab.shop. I've got a bunch of tools, textures, frame-by-frame elements, and some free resources that might help you on your next project. Links in the description. I appreciate you being here. See you in the next one.